Hi there folks, welcome to another video by the brilliant expat Taffy. A video, as you can see from the title page, a learning curve for NASA idiots. Now folks, this video should be short and sweet, but sadly enough, circumstances prevent that, because what I've got to do with this video is take things very slow, because what I'm dealing with is idiots like Cornelius' crew who are unable to think very fast. Okay folks, take a look at the photo coming up. It's the photo we are going to be concerned with this video. Now this is a photo that all the NASA nutters claim is genuine and was taken with a Japanese orbiter called Selene, and the brilliant expat Taffy has already proven it to be fake, and here's further evidence of that coming up. Okay folks, what you've got here now is that photo put into my photo analyzing software. Now, you might not be able to see it up in the top right hand corner from this photo, but I'll give you a cropped closer look at the data. Here it is, a close cropped section of the data for that photo. And can you see it? It's been photoshopped. And not only that, I wonder what the hell the word ducky has got to do with the photo data. And there you are folks, further evidence. Look at the photo when brightened up. The Earth is composited in. And I'll give you a better view of that. Now, there you are folks. What we got there is a close cropping of Mother Earth in the distance. Now anyone who thinks that's a genuine photo must be mentally insane, folks. Well, from what you've seen so far, folks, how many of you are convinced that that photo is a genuine photo? Now, you've got the proof there. If that photo is fake, then the Japanese orbiter Selene Kaikia is fake. Pretty damn obvious. I said, now if that photo was genuine, look at that big crater in the center. How many of you got the brains to calculate from the photo the size of that crater? You know what folks? Not one of them have managed to do it. As I told them, the brilliant expat Taffy can do it, but not one of them can. That's how thick NASA nutcases are. They can't solve a small problem like that. So that's why this video is going to take a bit longer than it should, because I've got to work very slow to get it over to an idiot like Cornelius' crew, because his brain doesn't work very fast. Okay, one big monkey, Joan Evans, and Screwball Screwy's foreskin. Here's what we're going to be looking for. The width of that crater from this photo. Okay, we draw a line connecting 2 points on the circumference of what is supposed to be the moon. This yellow line is what is known as a chord. It's simply a line joining any 2 points on the circumference. Okay folks, as far as this video is concerned now, where I am going to display the calculations for the diameter of that crater, at this point in time on the video, I'm going to have to call a halt for that, for a very special announcement. I'm going to give you the real reason why this video is late coming. I promised you about a week ago I would deliver it, and all I've had from you NASA nutcases is, hey, when are you going to display your calculations, expat? When are you going to display your calculations? But not one of you can do it. Well, I'm going to give you the reason now why it is late. And that is, it's been destroyed 3 times by NASA's highly paid, skilled computer hackers. Well, you carry on. I'll be showing you evidence at the end of this video of computer hackers destroying this video and tampering with my computer. I'll be showing you evidence where they leave their signature on my computer to say, "Hi expat, we've been into your computer." You'll see all the evidence of that at the end of this video. Now folks, what these hack attacks prove is the brilliant expat Taffy, Bob Canada, Scott Henderson, Canada, Marcus Allen, the UK, and David Percy are all the biggest threats to NASA's fake moon landings. And despite the fact that the bunny states, "Oh, don't be so stupid, NASA don't even know you exist. They're not even concerned about you." Well, why is it that the five of us are all getting computer hackers attacks? All having the same problem, and very often all in the same day. Okay, we'll get back to where I left off, shall we? Now, the yellow line you see I've got here is what's known as a chord. It's simply a straight line connecting 2 points of the circumference. Now, what I've done here now, I've done what's known as bisect that line. I've drawn a vertical line. This vertical line is called the right bisector of a chord. The center of a circle will be on the right bisector of a chord. Feed that into Google and see what you get. Okay, nutters, what I've done now is add a blue line, a radius for this so-called fake moon. I've added a radius on the right hand side and put it in blue. It's marked R. Okay, I've now lettered the most important points we need to measure, to calculate the diameter of that crater. The letter A you see is from the horizontal chord to the highest point of the curve of the moon. And letter C is half the length of the chord. Now, there's two ways of measuring these two components. One, you can do it with a 12-inch rule, or you can do what I have done here. If you haven't noticed, I've inserted the photo into Photoshop and I'm using the scale along the top. I'm using units, not inches or feet or meters. I'm using units. Okay folks, a little interruption here with the calculations, because I've got a special announcement to make. Now, about a week ago, the brilliant expat Taffy gave a figure for this crater of 4.4 kilometers. Now that, folks, I can assure you is grossly incorrect. But now, folks, now I have found out the reason for that mistake. With these bastard hackers attacking this laptop, and at other times attacking my stat computer, and interfering with this video, or deleting it, or changing photos, what I found out, folks, is I've got two versions of Photoshop. The Photoshop on this laptop here is not the same Photoshop as on my stat computer in the house. They are different. So what I appear to have done is used one measurement of this laptop and another measurement of the stat computer. So those measurements were incompatible. And that's the reason for the wrong answer to the crater. And just look at the next photo coming up will be proof of that. There you are. There's both scales combined into one photo. So it's thanks to these bastard hackers that I got the answer wrong the first time around. Okay, so let's get back to educating this idiot, Screwy, and Joan Evans and her sock puppet, Prove It. Take a look at this photo here now. What we've got is A plus B is equal to R, which is the center radius. The vertical radius in the center. Got that? Joan Evans? A plus B will be a vertical radius of the moon. R on the right is going to be a radius of the moon. And C is going to be the chord divided by 2. Now the measurements we need of this is simply A and C. Then we can do some calculations. Let me emphasize here, due to the discovery of 2 different versions of Photoshop, giving 2 different size scales, I want to emphasize that the figures I will be using will be from the larger scale on my stack computer. That means the numbers will be smaller, so it will make it easier for the idiot Screwy to understand. Is this clear to you now? A plus B is equal to a vertical radius. What we've got here is the making of a right-angled triangle, whereby B squared plus C squared equals R squared. That's known as Pythagoras' theorem. Now, from the making of that right-angled triangle, we've got B squared plus C squared equals R squared. Now, the next thing, as I've mentioned, the dimension B is equal to the radius minus A. And just remember, I'm going to be taking the values from the large screen computer and the large scale, so as to make it easier for you to understand, because the numerals will be a lot less. Okay, we get rid of the B and replace it with R. So what we've got in the new equation is, in brackets, R minus A all squared plus C squared equals R squared. And the values I've got for A is 0.75 and the values C is equal to 9.5. That's from my large scale across the top of the Photoshop in my stack computer. Now, inserting some values here, what we've got is, in brackets, R minus 0.75, close the brackets, all squared, plus 9.5 squared equals R squared. Now, what that leads us to is R squared minus 1.5R plus 0.5625 plus 90.25, which equals R squared. The next step is look at that equation and you'll see that R squared is common to both sides, so we can eliminate it from both sides. That means we've got 90.8125 equals 1.5R. The next step is 90.8125 divided by 1.5 gives the value of R, which is 60.541. What it actually is for this photo, the radius of this moon, as it's shown here, would be represented by 60.541 units of the Adobe Photoshop scale at the top. It's just a scale. That figure of 60.541 simply means that the radius of this moon is represented by 60.541 units on the top scale. The actual radius of the moon is 1,737 kilometers. So 60.541 units represents the actual radius of the moon. 1 unit is 1,737 divided by 60.541, which is 28.69 kilometers. Now, the crater size on my top scale is 7 units. Therefore, the crater diameter is 7 times 28.69, which is 200 kilometers. And for the benefit of Yankees who do not understand the metric system, that works out as 125.51875 miles. Well, folks, what do you think of that? Now, what we've got there is a video that should have been completed in just one day, but it took me at least a week. And that was thanks to NASA engaging in criminal activity by employing criminals to hack my computer time after time. Now, what you're going to get, and we knew we'd get it, we've had it, is off the idiot Cornelius crew. Oh, NASA doesn't employ any criminals, any hackers. The problem you got is because you use pirated software. To which I want to ask that idiot, well, just tell me, why is it that Marcus Allen in the UK has the same problem? David Percy in the UK has the same problem? Bob in Canada has the same problem? And Scott Henderson has the same problem. And very often, all of us get attacked in the same day. David Percy, Marcus Allen, Scott Henderson, and Bob, none of them use any pirated software, Screwball Screwy, so you're talking a load of bullshit as usual. Now, what I done, Screwy, I saved the evidence of NASA employing criminals to carry out a criminal act. I saved the evidence, and here it is coming up in this video. Take a look at the next photo coming up. Well, folks, how many of you recognize that? A large white photo with an icon of the brilliant expat Taffy in the middle. Now, this is what I call these hackers' signature. A sign saying, "Hey, expat, we've been into your computer." This is what comes up whenever I click on Chrome. Up comes this, and it stops me getting onto a Chrome site, search engine, and hence I can't access YouTube. There's one of their left behind clues. That is the first sign. Now, what Bob gets on his desktop when he opens it up on Times is large words right across the screen. Are you enjoying this? And another thing is Scott Henderson in Canada very often gets all his icons deleted the moment he switches on. So there you are, Screwball Screwy. Proof again, you're talking through your arse just like Joan Evans. Well, Screwball Screwy, there's the first step, showing what a prat you are. Have you got an answer for it? Now, I've also got that on my stack computer, or two stack computers, it's appeared, the same signature. Now I'll show you the next piece of evidence that proves that 3 times these hackers tried to destroy this video I have made. Here you are, folks, here's another one. Click on that video that I'd been making partway through, and as you can see here, it's gone. There's no sign of it, it's been deleted. It's stating here, resolve, 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 but it never manages to resolve anything. It never brings up the video. It means I had to start all over again. Thank God that the webcam videos and the voice recordings are all retained in their respective folders. So I had to start all over again. Okay, Screwball Screwy, there's another screenshot of NASA's hacking, trying to prevent me getting a video out. That is one time where they deleted the video and it couldn't be recovered. I had to start again. Okay, folks, what this photo shows is proof of NASA's professional hackers tampering with the video while in the making. One thing they done was mixed up all the voice so that what was appearing at the end suddenly appeared at the beginning, swapped them around to make the video look stupid and sound stupid. But the biggest giveaway here from this screenshot is they deleted many of the photos in it and replaced those photos with their signature, as you can see smack in the middle. Expat's screen with a photo of Expat in the middle. That's another piece of evidence. What you've seen so far is screenshots of my laptop. Now, what this photo shows you is where I was carrying out those initial calculations, as I described in the video, were on my laptop. They attacked my laptop and I had to switch to the stack computer in another room. But as you can see here, the next time I tried to use that stack computer, they put their signature on the screen, on my 32-inch flat screen. Here it is, more evidence of them attacking two computers. First the laptop, then the stack computer. Now folks, to finish off this video, let me mention, as far as the challenge by the brilliant expat Taffy to all these nutcases, who've got the brains to calculate the size of that crater, I'm going to prove to you here and now that there was no record of it. But they suddenly come up with a record because these nutters have got a hotline to NASA. Oh, quick NASA, give us a dimension of that crater, we need it. And what NASA done was made up a description giving a size, and they've done that in the last 2 weeks, or the last week or so. Okay, what we've got here folks is a copy of an email I got from Marcus Allen questioning regarding what measurements they used in Apollo. What you can see here is, he states, in America, all distances are measured in miles, not kilometers. I have not heard any difference recently. I do remember that one of the Mars missions failed a few years ago, when the construction was set in meters and the control center was using feet and inches, so it crashed. Can't even talk between two buildings, as Gus Grissom said just before he was incinerated in Apollo 1. There you are folks, they can't even measure things tidy. Fake NASA. Well, what about that? Prove it? Joan Evans? Screwball Screwy? They lost a Mars mission because they couldn't measure tidy? Or are you going to say NASA used pirated software?